Hi guys, welcome back to St. Agatha City. I am Fairyfly Dev, and we are taking a look at another test reel of St. Agatha City. This time we're going to be meeting Donny, who is the main, the manager of the local fast food Mexican place, Taco Hut. This is an offshoot of Denver's route, which technically functions as the bad run, but like I said in my last test reel, bad routes don't really work as a consequence. They're not going to punish you. I want the demo at the very least to have low stakes and reward you for exploring the town and the game to its fullest, and so you get to eat lunch with Donny in this. Hi to the returning friends and fans, and welcome to anyone who's new. Let's get right into this. That was a lie. I do have a couple more things to say. There are going to be some spelling errors, the backgrounds haven't been done yet, and Donnie's cigarette animation looks terrible. Snapshots unrendered, or cutscenes unrendered, but I'm pretty proud of this, and if I weren't, I wouldn't be dragging it in front of you now. I will probably be opening up the dev Discord at some point so you guys can hopefully take a look at what I've been working on and maybe even talk to me and the alpha testers and potentially even meet the prospective voice actors. I am still looking for voice actors for other characters. It is a passion project and I can't currently offer payment, but I'm hoping to eventually open up Patreon or something and, help out those who help me. Okay, now we're getting into it. Pixie hurries out the front door. I just edited that. Never mind. Now we're getting into it. You gonna work, baby? You gonna work? Come on. You got it. Okay. Pixie hurries out the front door, clutching the strange-smelling brown bag with her food in it. What a fucking bastard! I can't believe that guy. She pauses just at the door and looks around. Ugh, I'm gonna have to eat standing up, aren't I? Pixie looks around again, and then decisively walks around the building, down the little side street between Taco Hut and the strip mall of shady-looking little businesses. Once secluded in a little alleyway behind the Taco Hut and a downtown apartment complex, Pixie leans up against the brick-back wall of the crappy little Mexican place and begins to unwrap her food. The weird smell grows stronger. I wouldn't eat that. Huh? Pixie's head jerks over to her right, and she finds she has to crane her neck to look up. The lone Taco Hut employee has slipped out the back to have a cigarette and now stands beside her. He's tall and near deathly pale, with hair so saturatedly black it seems to shine indigo under direct sunlight. Now outside, and having a brief break, he looks far less sick and miserable. A crooked smile plays on his gaunt face, not disappearing as he purses his thin lips around his cigarette and inhales deeply. I'm on break right now, and they don't pay us on break, so I can say whatever I want. I wouldn't eat that, if I were you. Pixie looks down at her burrito, and then up at Donny. How strongly do you recommend I not eat this? Because I'm really hungry. I've gone dumpster diving before to get by to give you an idea of my limits. If it's past garbage quality, I might hesitate, but only a little. It won't kill you. But there is better food in the dumpsters outside of Interstellar Mart. Pixie scrutinizes her burrito. You a friend of Denver's? Or a victim? Oh, friend? No, that was the worst date I've ever been on. He actually just finished kidnapping me. I'm not surprised. Pixie is surprised that Donny isn't surprised. Sorry you got stuck with him. Name's Donny. Donny Graydon. Nice to meet you, Mr. Graydon. My name is Pixy Burrow. Miss Burrow, until this clock hits 2:30 and I clock back in, I'm the best friend you'll ever have in this god-abandoned city. And I am very, very bored. If I finish the cigarette, will you let me take you literally anywhere else to eat? I feel just god-awful even shackled with Washington. The man has a smooth, unserious way of talking, like a cat that shed its fur in favor of human skin. His impossibly dark eyes are lazily lidded and yet very intelligent, and he has a wolfy smile that makes up for his intimidating height by giving him the demeanor of an old friend worth getting in trouble for. He reminds Pixie a lot of a man she used to date back in college, who was once her childhood friend. She hasn't seen him in years now. Why not? Today can't get any weirder, right? After putting up with Denver, Donny chuckles, drawing a long, deep drag of his cigarette as he shakes his head. Probably not. All's well that ends well, right? Donny's low, rambling voice is a pleasant contrast to Denver's piercingly nasal warble. Donny exhales smoke through his delicate, slightly upturned nose. Then, he very carefully puts out his cigarette on the brick wall, kiss marked with black, ashy circles that look like months of Donny's smoke breaks, and tucks the unfinished end back into his breast pocket. Well, I'm ready when you are. And I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Where are you taking me? 30 minutes isn't a lot of time, so, bearing that in mind, is fast food okay? Fast food that isn't this fast food? Donny, honey, any food I'm not paying for might as well be Hickler. Atta girl. I like that energy. I fuck with it. Pixie can't help but giggle at this, and this time she shakes her head, coiling a loose hanging strand of her hair around her finger and winding it through. What you want? Round these parts we got McMeaty's, Pizza Bell, and Beef Baron. Oh, what's a Beef Baron? It's, like a burger joint. Honestly, the only good thing there is $1 chicken nugget bucket bundle. Only $1 for a whole bucket? I know, right? Works for me. You're right. This smells so much better. No offense. Trust me, they don't pay me enough at Taco Hut to care. None taken. I owe you one. Careful there, Spitfire. I wouldn't just go around offering any old schmuck favors, especially for fast food. It's not legally binding. But maybe I want to spend more time around you, huh? I'm easy to bribe with food. Sitting next to Donny, beneath the large shade tree, Pixie balances her $1 nugget bucket between her knees. Donny does the same. They probably look ridiculous, but that thought crossing Pixie's mind honestly makes the whole thing better. Well, how about this? We'll settle your debts here. That sort of thing skeeves me out. I might be a bit OCD about it. I don't know. Let me see what I have on me. Pixie starts digging through her pockets, and Donny pauses, watching her with raised eyebrows. I've got crumbs. Oh! I always carry a paperclip and a pen. I'm better remembering to bring those than I am likely to remember my own wallet, honestly. I'll take the paperclip. We'll call it even. You've got yourself a deal, Mr. Graydon. Donny puts on a dramatic, businesslike air, carefully slicking his hair back again with his hand. Please, call me Donny. Mr. Graydon was my father. He extends out his hand for Pixie to shake after brushing it off on his dirty black skinny jeans. Pixie takes it enthusiastically. Nice grip. You'll go far, kid. Gee willikers, you think? Oh, totally. But enough about business. Let's eat, yeah? Donny eats more ravenously than Pixie, like he hasn't had a lunch break in years. He eats with a predator-like voraciousness. There's a methodical, dog-like way he goes about decimating his food with great pace and efficiency. Do they not feed you? Pixie suddenly feels quite guilty, having herself work jobs that didn't quite pay enough to cover rent and a meal after a grueling week of shifts. Not that I owe you, we went over that, but I can pick up the next meal, you know? Donny seems surprised to be interrupted and looks up at Pixie from his value meal like a wolf looking up from an elk carcass. What? Oh. He swallows and wipes his mouth on the back of his wrist. No, I eat plenty. Too much, probably. I'm just like this. Wicked fast metabolism, you feel? I'm always hungry, and I'm always eating. Oh God, trust me, I feel you there. They don't pay me enough, but they pay me enough to eat, and only have one roommate, you know? Besides, you think I don't steal food from work, too? Not just to bring home, no one's looking at me for longer than it takes to order, like 7.5 out of the 8 hours I work a day. I love crime. I love crime and fraud. And food. Crime, fraud, and food! You got it. You could put that on a bumper sticker. That could be the new live, laugh, love. It should be. You're right. It should be. Donny manages to finish all of his food before Pixie's even halfway through. Pixie herself isn't even a particularly slow eater. Sorry for spooking you with my freaky eating habits. Donny burps and slumps back. He looks like a cast-aside ragdoll, when he carelessly places his long, graceless limbs.
Huh, that's hardly a scene.
Gotta light some fires for that, huh?
To phase me? After Denver? Something like that, yeah.
Donny tips his head back and stares up at the swaying branches above. So what brought you to St. Agatha? Pixie pops a nugget in her mouth and thinks, chewing and swallowing.
This is gonna sound kinda silly, but I just wanted to change of pace.
I feel you there, sister.
I just kinda picked the city at random. I drove until I felt like stopping, and that just happened to be here.
No shit, Pixy Burrow.
Of course not.
Donny sits up again, his eyes actually open for once. That's crazy. Same damn thing happened to me. I'm actually from Fargo, North Dakota. And yes, like the movie.
Oh my god! I'm from Tall Grove, Georgia! Wow! What made you stop here?
For me, there's a bakery up the street. Used to have a different owner. Nina Torkaz was her name. Place used to be a lot better with her there, too. I was driving down Esper, and the old lady waved me down. Said she was about to close up for the night, and asked me if I wanted to take the leftover donuts or she'd have to throw them out. And I'm no moron. I accepted her generous offer, and she invited me to sit down in the shop and keep her company till she could close up. And man, wouldn't you know it, after all that driving, filling up on pastries and sitting down all but knocked the wind right out of me. So I moved here.
So you moved here.
What did it for you?
Well, yours is a lot cooler, but for me, it was the welcome sign at the city limits.
The welcome sign.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it works then, huh?
Well, it was made of this really strange material. Or it was polished or sealed in some way. But it was like holographic and rainbowy.
And that was that.
Mm-hmm. And that was that.
Donny lets out a whistle and then checks his watch. He rolls his dark, cold eyes and settles back in, appearing a little gruffer.
Do you need to get back?
I don't give a shit. Pixie laughs.
Fair enough. Do you like living in St. Agatha?
Best place I've ever lived, but the bar is in hell. I've got friends here, like Sue, Nazuz, old Miss Nina, Clover, Ross. I've got a roommate, Vivian, who works at the hair salon. Yes, that is a promotion. Go there. Who drives me at the goddamn wall. She's the best damn friend I've ever been lucky enough to have. This place might be a shithole, is what I'm saying, but it's got good rats. Sans Denver, of course, and a few other weirdos.
Good rats. Got it. Anyone else I should watch out for?
Donny shrugs. Nah, you seem like you can hold your own. But for real, you ever want your hair touched up? It looks great, by the way, but still. You need anything done to it, you go to Snips and Snails, and you ask for Vivian. Don't let Katrina touch you. She's nice and all, but I'm loyal to Viv.
Vivian, not Katrina. Got it.
Donny looks at his watch again and grumbles something under his breath. Okay, I can't slack off any longer. I gotta get back to work. Donny stands, stretching his arms high over his head, his shirt riding up to reveal his midriff and the top of his hips peeking out above his jeans. Pixie finishes her food and stands as well.
You can hand me your trash and leave me here. My apartment is right across from the park.
No shit, huh? Pixie shakes her head, smiling. Crazy. Small world.
Small world.
Well, Miss Pixy Burrow, it has been an honor, a pleasure, and a delight to dine with you. We should do this again sometime. Yeah.
I'd like that, Mr. Donny Graydon.
Just Donny, Powder Puff. I ain't nobody that important.
Okay, just Donny. I'll be seeing you. Thanks for the food.
Don't mention it. Vale. Donny salutes casually with the 2 fingers to the air and strolls off back towards his old dusty black muscle car.
Phew, some guy. Better than Denver by a long shot. I needed that pick-me-up. I should go check in with Norman now, I guess.
Okay, that wraps up Donny's little addendum. It's 15 minutes. Most of the good routes, the full explorations of the main 9 cast of characters are around 30 minutes to an hour, and with 7 out of the 9 demo routes finished, this game clocks in at like 3 hours for good routes alone already. I know Denver's is the longest, and that's not with Donny's little, ending at like almost an hour. That almost takes the longest to get through, but he's also the most popular character by far, so I guess it's time well spent. Tara's is like the shortest right now at like just over 30 minutes, and she's also pretty well received. I'm really excited to release this game, the demo at least, Chapter 0. It's sort of like a prelude to the rest of the game. Hopefully May. This is a lot of work. As you can see, I have very few, if any, backgrounds I'm happy with yet. A lot of them are custom or free to use assets by mostly by Mugencel on the Lemosoft forums, probably also Reddit. And this one was just a license-free photo that I blurred. I am working on drawing out Norman's apartment, but learning how to draw backgrounds from scratch has been an ordeal, and a slow one at that. Anyways, thank you so much for being there here with me. I apologize for my little stumblings over stuff. I hope you'll come hang out with us again soon. Let me know what you thought. Uh, that's it, I guess. Thanks again. Take care.